So most of the time people are thinking that what is research. You may also be thinking that what is research. And nowadays, not in only academic field, everywhere people are using the word research. Nowadays, in everywhere, whether some investigations is going on, the people may or may not be academician, but they are also using the word research. So they tell that, okay, I will do research and I will let you know. So what is research actually? Have you ever thought in your mind, what is research? So this is the definition as per my opinion. I'm going to give you. Study of existing knowledge about a particular subject with the intuition to know the accepted theories, formulations, assumptions, and challenges in order to produce new knowledge, solving real life problems, or improving the existing formulation in light of new advancement and need of current situations. So this is what I think for the research. So study of existing knowledge about a particular subject with the intuition to know the accepted theories, formulations, assumptions, and challenges. So what I feel that whenever you are supposed to do the research, then whatever is your field, whatever is your line of work, then what you need to do, you need to study that field, means study of existing knowledge. Whatever knowledge is there, you need to study. Why you need to study? To know the what are the theories people have developed, what are the algorithms, main algorithms, or what are the formulations people have given, means what are the contribution in this area people have given, and what assumptions people are going to use while they are doing the research in this area, and what are the challenges in this area. For that, actually, whatever line of work you have selected, whatever the area of research you have selected, the first condition of the research is you have to study the existing knowledge about the particular subject with the intuition to know the accepted theories, formulations, assumptions, and challenges in order to produce a new knowledge. So why we are going to study the existing knowledge? In order to produce new knowledge, either means you can your whatever contribution you are going to make, it should be the original contribution. And that's why it says that in order to produce the new knowledge, whatever knowledge exists, and you are going to add up some knowledge, or you are solving some real life problems, whatever current situations you may see, you may think to solve the real life problems based on the recent developments and research technology. You may be willing to solve the real life situations, or improving the existing formulations. Whatever existing algorithms are there, you may want to improve. Why you need to improve? That sometimes you may feel that the algorithms, say, the algorithms may be developed 10 years back or 15 years back. At that time, the need was different. And nowadays, in the current situation, the need may be different. And during the 10 to 15 years of the time, the numerous advancement and formulations may be come. And on behalf of that, you may think that based on the current situations, we can improve that algorithm so that in the present scenario, this should be accepted. Like you know that in earlier cases, our computer was not so much powerful and it was difficult to handle some challenging problem. As the advancement, you know that after the contribution of the Alan Turing, when the abstract model of computations comes, after the abstract model of computation, and then during 1973, computer becomes more powerful actually. The abstract model of computation comes in 1936, and after that, during 1950s, people have started work on the computational models because the notion of computation was given by the Alan Turing. And people nowadays, actually, people are using this first model of computation for solving their problem. The people may not be from the computer background, people may be from biology, people may be from the mathematics background, people may be from interdisciplinary area, life scientist. They nowadays they are using the model of computation because nowadays our computers becomes much powerful, and with the help of the first model of computation, nowadays people are going to use for solving the problem. So earlier the problem that was seeing very difficult, nowadays it is very easy to formulate. Earlier if you search something and if response comes after 2 seconds or 3 seconds or 5 seconds, it was okay. But nowadays, as soon as you are going typing something in the Google, you want fast response. So somebody may think to improve the search engines. Whatever the search engine exists earlier, you can improve on that so that you can get the response in reasonably amount of time with respect to the present situations. So always on the basis of the recent developments and advancement and current need, there is always ample rooms for the research for the improvement on the existing algorithms. So whatever existing algorithms are already there, you can have the chance, you can improve upon that. So this is all about the research. So this is, if you understand this, actually, then it says that we have the, for any subject, if you want to do the research in any subject, then you have in that area, in that particular subject, you have some knowledge base. This is the knowledge base. Okay, you have some knowledge. So what you need, actually, once you want to contribute in this particular area, then whatever knowledge base is there in this particular area, you need to actually study. So until you study this knowledge base, you don't know what are the algorithms, what formulations, what people are thinking about this problem. So whatever knowledge is there, you need to study. And this is the weakness of the students. Most of the time, actually, students are not doing this, and that's why research becomes difficult. But whenever you want to do research, then it is very necessary and it is compulsory to know the existing knowledge base. So first, what you need to do, if you want to do research, then you have to study you need to study the existing knowledge base. So whatever the knowledge base is there, whatever knowledge is there, you have to study this. Once you study, then you will come to know that what are the algorithms available for this area, what are the methods available for this area, what are the recent developments of this area, from where this problem originates, and during the seminal work and present situation, what are the contribution people have done it, and based on the current situations and developments, is there some room for research or is there some research gap there? So on behalf of your study, you will find some research gap, and then you are going to go for some contributions. So once you go for the contribution, see, this is the knowledge boundary you have. This is the knowledge boundary. Okay. Now, once you study completely whatever existing knowledge is there, then you will try to push the knowledge boundary. So this is your contribution. This part is your contribution, and this is the research actually. Until you push the knowledge boundary, it is not the research. If you ask me what is the research, then if you are selecting some problem and you want to pursue the problem in that area, then whatever knowledge is available, you are going to study. It's good, you can study. But here research does not mean that you have to only study the knowledge. You have to study the knowledge. You need to criticize the existing problems, existing formulations. Means you need to evaluate, analyze the existing formulations, algorithms, and based on the current situation, current developments, actually, you need to improve upon the existing one, and or you can come up with some novel approach. And in this way, whenever you come up with some novel approach and you are solving the problem that might be solved earlier, and you are giving the efficient solutions, or the people might not have used the methodology you are going to use, and this may be the new methodology you are going to use, and in this way you are going to actually improve the knowledge boundary. You are pushing the knowledge boundary. So you are pushing the knowledge boundary. So now knowledge, earlier knowledge was here, because of your contribution, your knowledge, the knowledge base becomes like this. Somebody may also involve in the research, and he can study this knowledge boundary, and he may try to push this knowledge boundary. So now this, and somebody may go for this and this. In this way, knowledge boundary is going to increase. So research means you have to study the existing knowledge, whatever knowledge base is there, and based on the knowledge base, you need to produce some new fact that people not have seen earlier. And this can be depends on the present situation, present advancement. Some latest tool may be developed with in the light of some new research tools. You may be able to formulate very easily that may seem very complex at the earlier. So that's why you have to study the knowledge base. Based on the knowledge base, whatever assumptions people have made, whatever their limitations, you enumerate, analyze all such situations, and based on that situations, once all this kind of data, once your knowledge base in your mind, when this knowledge base, if you are able to store this knowledge base in your mind, okay, then your brain start working. Once this kind of knowledge base is there, then your brain will start working, because you will have now data. So you know that computer can work if and only if you supply some data. Your data must be in the hard disk. So if you want to do research, if you want to go for some new formulation, you want to go for some new ideas, then the data means knowledge base of that area you first put, you said you have to record in your mind. So first this knowledge base should be, you have to receive in your mind. And once your mind receives all such data, then actually your mind is going to work. And it has tremendous power, and surely if you have studied carefully this knowledge base, then your mind will give you some new ideas, and using that ideas, if you can formulate the problems, then that may be the novel approach for you, and this in this way you can contribute. So there are two parts. For doing the research, there are two parts. One is the study of existing knowledge base. For what? For the knowing the theories, available theories, formulations, assumptions, challenges. Okay. And what is the next part? After analyzing all such things, you have to do this contribution. Whenever you go to the books will describe you what is the knowledge, and it will tell you that, okay, finding some new information, producing some new facts based on the existing theory, we need to revise the theory, curious study, all such they are going to define. So main thing in the research is like this. So for doing the research, always you have to go for the first necessity for doing the research is you have to study the existing knowledge base. Then based on the existing knowledge base, go for the analysis and find some research gaps, and then you need to provide some kind of solutions, and means you need to push the knowledge boundary. Then this will be the research. Only study of existing knowledge base is not a research. Like you are going to study the books and you are not doing any kind of new contribution, you are just studying some existing algorithms, and you are not doing any new, you are not developing any new algorithms or theories, then this is not the research. Studying the knowledge is not a research. Once study plus contribution, then this is the research. Okay. So you can open the dictionary also, and you will find in the Merriam-Webster's definitions, then you will see that it says that careful or diligent search. Okay. And it says that studious inquiry or examination, especially investigation or experimentation aimed at the discovery and interpretation of facts, revision of accepted theories or laws in the light of new facts or practical application of such new or revised theories or laws. And this tells you actually whatever I have told you earlier. Means always you have to revise the theories, and how you are going to revise the theory? In the light of new facts. Means whatever the recent advancement, on the basis of that current need, you have to revise the theory. The collecting, point 3, point third says that collecting of information about a particular subject, and this is collecting the collect collecting the information about a particular subject. And here actually this kind of this is the actually, I think that whenever somebody is may not be the academician, may not be involved in the research, and if he's or she is saying that okay, I will do the research and I will let you know, it means he or she is going to collect the information so about that particular subject. So this is just I collecting the information about a particular subject, means you are going to study the existing knowledge. But for the contribution, actually, you have to, based on the knowledge base, you can develop some new facts. So based on the information available, you have to deduce some new facts. That means you are studying some information, and what is the pattern hidden in that information, what is the structure hidden in that information, you have to reveal. This is the research. So the important thing is that research should be about some problem that encourage enthusiasm for you and interest of others. So research should be about some problem that encourage enthusiasm for you and interest of others. So you have, this says that you can take the problems, and means you need to do the research on the problem that should create the enthusiasm on you. Means you should be interested on doing that. If you are not interested actually, then you will not do. If you have selected some problems that may not be in your reach, say you have might have selected some problem. Nowadays students are doing like this, they select the problem from the interdisciplinary, but whenever you select the problem, say if you are going to select the problem from the bioinformatics, and if you want to make the contribution in that area, then you need to know the laboratory process of biologist or life scientist. And if you are not able to understand the biology, if you are not able to understand the laboratory process of the life scientist, then you may not be able to contribute. So that's why if you are interested in such area, it says that research should be about some problem that encourages enthusiasm for you. You may be curious that okay, why people are facing the problems and can I solve this problem? So it may generate the interest. Research should be helpful in improving the quality of life in the human being. So now actually whatever research is going on, if you produce, if you, your research should not be use and throw actually. This means that your research should not be use and throw. Means you are producing some paper, and if your paper is not being referred by any other persons, then it is not useful actually. That's why actually always people say that you should publish in some good quality journal. Why it is so? Because once you publish your contribution, even your contribution may be very good, but if you are publishing the contribution in the local journals, then there is a limited scope, limited region where people can access that. If you have the contribution and if you are able to publish your contribution in the journal that people refers like SCI journals, then your work will be accessed globally, and based on your work you don't know that which theories may be developed. So research should be helpful in improving the quality of life in the human beings. Means whatever research you are going to do, always take care in your mind that what benefit people will get on your research. To during the submission of your thesis, once you submit the thesis, PhD thesis, then people will ask you that, can you mention the 5 points on your thesis? What is the how your thesis, how your research will be useful for the society? So your research should be helpful for improving the quality of life. This why we are going to do the research, because for improving the life of the human beings. Earlier, we see that the novel, notable inventions earlier have been made, like the Thomas Alva Edison has invented the okay bulb. So you are able to work at the night also. So this is the improvement. So people actually research the meaning. You have studied many courses. You have taken several courses. You have idea in the different fields, different information you have. Based on your information, based on your knowledge base, can you, or based on the existing developed theory, can you improve the quality of life of the human being? Actually, this is the expectation. Research is not only just do and get PhD. Research means if your paper is cited by the persons, then you will be happy that okay, my work is cited by the other person. Means your work is being referred by the other persons. And in this way, you don't know on behalf of your contribution, sometimes later some new theory may be developed and that may change the world. So that's why I always try to produce the paper. I always try to publish the paper in some journals that people use actually. And for publishing the papers in quality journals, referred journals, you need original contribution. This is one thing. That's why people actually not interested for publishing the papers in the high quality journal, with the fear that the work may not be accepted for publication. So later on I will point out to you in this point like more. Research should address some solutions on the problems faced by the society in present situation. So always you see that in your surroundings, and I am sure that you will find number of problems nowadays. And number of problems nowadays existing in the society, and you are not the common person. You are you have you have some academic backgrounds, and the common person are expecting the contribution, expecting the solutions from you kind of persons. So that's why always try to select the problems. So whether can you whether you are able to solve some burning problems that is existing in the society. So and if you have in if you think like this, then I'm sure that you will find number of problems nowadays. You know that there are number of problems. We know on behalf of the newspapers and some other resources, you know that there are challenging problems. So based on your experience and knowledge and your area of work, can you contribute on that problems? This always you need to think, and consist of work that lead to a meaningful contribution that may change the world. And this says that, can you develop some killer app? Killer app means that can really change the world. This means on behalf of the contribution you are going to make, it may happen that the world, the next in the people's life, or the way of working may, or way of working of the people may be totally different. Like say nowadays we have the challenges in the medicine area. If you have some issues in your health, you can go to the doctor, and your doctor is going to prescribe some medicine, and he asks that okay, you come back after 2-3 days, and once you go back, then he may ask you that are you okay, You may say that, okay, I'm not still feeling good. Then doctor may prescribe some different medicine. So this hit and try, why it happens. Instead of that, if you go to the doctor and doctor should take your tissue sample, and based on your genome expressions, based on your DNA expressions and existing gene profiling, with the help of the internet, your doctor can access the remote computers, maybe in the NCBI server, National Center for the Bioinformatics Information Center. From whatever data is stored in the different remote centers, with the help of the internet technology, internet, and nowadays the communication is slightly better as compared with the earlier one. So based on the fastest mode of communication, based on the genome profile, based on the fastest model of computations, we have the powerful computer nowadays. Based on the genome profiling and all such information, whether doctor is able to produce some drug cocktail, and that drug cocktail should be suitable to you only, and there should not be any side effect. And once this happens, and doctor will say that, okay, yes, for your case this is the drug cocktail I have prepared, and you can take this, and you should not come back to my clinic. So this kind of killer app really will change the world. And you believe me that this is the innovation being, this is the innovation people are thinking for that. And the Europe, in the European country, I have visited the France, University of Angers I have visited, and I lived there for 15 days, and University of Nantes for the bioinformatics project. Then I have seen that lot of European scientists are working on this kind of personalized medicine. This is the personalized medicine. And see, based on the internet technology, based on the fastest models of computations, based on the genome profiling, and we have the lot of knowledge base. On behalf of that, if doctors are able to produce some drug cocktail that should not have any side effect, then see this, if this kind of innovation happen, then really this will change the world. And this is the killer app kind of situations. So that's why I always try to do something, some remarkable contribution. This is the actually intuition of the research, generates in some way a better solution to the existing problem. So whatever you have the problems earlier, you always think to generate the better solution. See, there is always ample rooms for research. You don't think that the research exhausts in the field. No. If you carefully study on the topics, then you will find that, okay, yes, there is still, we need to work to improve the existing methods or algorithms, and you will have some line of work. So, okay, so this is some message you need to carry.